Hello and welcome back to Nonogram ASMR. Nonogram is a cute little puzzle game where we are given clues on the edge of a grid, each representing how many cells within its column or row are painted in. And when there are multiple clues, they represent different groups with a space between them. For example, this one, third row down, it has 3 ones. So each of those is a cell painted in, some amount of space before one more cell painted in, another gap, and then another cell painted in. So that finishes that clue. The 5 means there are 5 painted cells on this column, and then the 3, since this row and this row, all of these clues across and down are done, the only space left for this 3 is here and here. And that's just a basic puzzle to show you the rules. Today I think we're going to do this large 20 by 21. Have an easy start with a couple 0 clues, so we can just say there's nothing on those rows. And then I suppose we should start with the biggest clues. The 15 is really large. No matter which edge you come from, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know how I miscounted that, but they're in sections of 5, so 3 lots of 5 is 15. They'll always reach this cell, and from this side they'll always reach this cell. So no matter how you position it, it will always cover those 3 cells. The 9s vertically, I think we can do a similar thing with. 1 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 plus 5, 6. Wait, 7, 8, 9. They'll always reach at least here to here. And actually, the 9 now, because it's connected to this 15 row, even if it extends as far down as it can never reach this square, because it can only go 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. Same with this row. And I wonder about the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it can extend down to here, and we know this must be part of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it can reach down to here. Because I know this must be part of it because it's the only clue on this column, and you can't have unhindered painted cells. So for example, this 7, I know it connects to this cell, because if it was down here, the clue would be something like 1, 7. See, 1 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would need to be 1, 7 as the clue. So this is a part of the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It at least extends down to here, even if it's as high as possible. And from those 4 squares, it can only reach 1, 2, 3 more, and it doesn't touch these squares. I think that's a lot of the easy stuff out the way. I mean, we can do something similar with this 7, 6, and 5. This is definitely part of the first term, because you can't fit 5, 6, or 7 above this line, and the first grouping must be that size. So assuming the group goes as high as it can, it will at least extend down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. With the 6, it will extend to here, and the 7 to here. I hope that makes sense. This clue here, this 2 and 10, well, we know where the 10 is, because this big 4 is not the 2 clue. The 2 must be somewhere before it, because the clues are in order. So this must be part of the 10 grouping, and so must this. So these are connected, and that's already 9 across, so it can't reach any further than there, which also means this 5 cannot be here, because it wouldn't fit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it must be below. So it at least extends to those two cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No matter what, it takes these two. Anyhow, all I was saying is the 10 must be connected, and the 2 must be somewhere over here. And now that over here is separated off like this, I can tell that the 10 clues on these two rows, this 15 clue and this 4 clue, all cannot fit on the right side of this. Whoops. So none of this can have any painted cells. The 15 now extends at least to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, like that. And the 10 clues, we need at least 1, 2 gap before the 10 can start. So this is the furthest left it can start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it goes to at least here. And it's going to go 6 back like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that. And this 10 is going to do the same thing. From this side, it's going to reach the same distance in. But from this side, it's now 1, 2, 3 gap away before it can start. So it starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It at least extends out like this. This clue says that there is a grouping of 6, then 1. So because the 6 comes first, this cannot be isolated. It's part of the group of 6, and so is the 3. Because there's no other clue 3 cells could belong to. So these are connected, which puts our 10 further this way. One moment. Alright, I just had a quick break. Life calls sometimes. Anyhow, back to our puzzle. I noticed these 4 clues. The 4 is the first grouping, and these groupings are already 4 big. Obviously you can't fit a 4 in front of them, so they're actually done. And so is this one. You can't fit a 3 and 4 in this space, so this can't be the 5 grouping, and in fact there's another grouping over here that must be part of the 5. So that's the 4 done. The 3 is in here, at least touching this cell. These 2 here aren't connected because the biggest grouping in this line is a 2, and if you paint that cell, this would be a group of 3, and any group below the first is only 1 big, so this can't be a part of anything bigger than a group of 1, so that is there, like that. The 8 can't fit to the left of this, and that makes this 4 part of the 8, which now extends out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 2 here. And it can't connect to here because it would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 long. So this is part of the 4 grouping, and the 8 can at maximum take these 2 cells. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8 also takes this cell. I think that's a fair chunk of progress, and actually this helps with our 4, 5 clue. The second grouping has to be a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the second grouping done. Where to next? This must be part of the 6. Doesn't help us yet. Okay, so these 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess it can reach to here, it's 7 long. Plus 1 more, it can't reach those squares. And these 9s that are already 8 long can't reach these squares either. This square in this column is a part of at least a group of 2. So we can take that cell. The space, 1 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This 7, even if we have a 1 gap to satiate those clues of 1s in the least space possible, then at least starts here and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, taking this cell. That's why I filled that in. 1, 2, 3, gap, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so in this space, there's meant to be 2 clues of 3 in this column, and you can't fit them up here because 1 gap, 1, 2, you can't fit a 3 in this space with the 1 because the 1 has to be the first term, and this can't be the 1 because 1, 2, 3, gap, 1, 2, 3, it actually connects, so it wouldn't be a 1 clue. The 1 is in these 4 squares and the 3s are both below. That means this is exactly 3 long, like that. And in these 4 squares is the 3 clue, so they at least take those 2 center squares. This 1 is actually on its own because the last 2 terms of this row are 2 and 1, and you can't fit, if this is the 2, 1, 2 gap, you can't fit the 1 clue, so that is the 1 clue. The largest term in this row is the 3, so that can't extend anymore, that must be the 3. This final one here must be a 4, so even if it's as right as possible, 1, 2, 3, 4, that finishes the 3 in this column. Where to next? These must be part of the 4 term because they can't connect to the 8, so they must be connected and they can no longer reach over here, which actually, due to these 3 clues, fills in these cells, finishing that 2 clue. This has to be the other 2 clue in the row, and that row is done. So these 3 and 5s can't come down to here. The 5 can no longer fit here, so it is in this space, taking at least those 4 cells. These clues, none of the first clues are 1s, so we can't fill in any of those squares, meaning the 3 is somewhere in this space too with the 5. The 5 can't fill this square anymore, so it must go up to here. That's that 4 and 2 clue done in these rows. In this space, can we fit the 7 and 4 here? 7 plus 4 is 11 plus a gap takes 12 cells, and there's only 10 here. So the 4 must be over in these 5 cells, taking at least the center 3 squares. And the 7 must be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least taking these cells, which these 1 clues prevent anything more from being here. That means this 3 clue in 4 spaces takes at least those to center 2. And our 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 right now. Can only go 1 more left, so it needs to go 2 more to the right to be 10 long, even if it goes left here. And in fact it does, because this 7 clue should be continuous. It's only 1, so it needs to take all these cells connecting the groups because there's no other clues in the column. So it goes exactly like that. There's 8, it can't go down anymore, it must go up. There we go. That's those columns done. This 2, 4 clue These must be the 4 grouping, and this is the 2 grouping already done. This cell here must be the 1 grouping for this because you can't fit it beforehand, and it's the next grouping to come in the column. So the 3 will be in these 5 spaces, taking at least that. Oh yeah, it's not there. And actually this 5, a 5 is the lowest group in this column, so this can't be part of the 5, and therefore can't fit a 2 either. So there's nothing in these cells. These 3 must at least take this cell, so that's the 15 done. The first group in this column is only 2, and the next group is 3, so we need that cell. The last group is 2. This group of 7 is done, and now needs a gap before any more terms. We can fit one of the 1 clues in these 2 cells, but the other one must be down here, finishing the 2 clue for this row. Where to next? Not too sure. Okay. This first term is the 2, so it at least extends to here, which finishes the 3 and the 10. And the 2 vertically here. This is the 1 term, and the 5 actually only just fits. So the 5 must be like this. The 8. This is part of the 8 grouping because it's the first term, so it goes across like this. And that's actually that row done. This bottom group of this column must be a 2, and there's only 1 place left for the 1 grouping. That's that column done now. As far as this 9 goes here, if it were to take this square, it would turn this into a 4 grouping because there are no groups in this here as low as 1, so it must connect to these, but the last grouping must be the 4, so over here, this can't be the 4 grouping, so we actually can't take that cell with the 9. Because this grouping is only 3 big, and this one must be the 2 grouping, so it can't reach this cell. And actually the last term in this column is a 2 term like this. So that doesn't reach here, and that's that term or group done. This is a 3, 6 clue, so there's our 3 already done, and the 6 must extend to here. That's that row finished. I just noticed the 7 can no longer reach this cell, which finishes the 5 term in this column. This needs to be a 2 grouping here, sorry, like that. The 10's already done. Okay, so for these 3 clues, there is 1 in one of these 2 squares, and if it's in this square, then there is a gap here. But then to satiate this 3 clue, it can't extend down here anymore because this would be painted in. I'll just paint it temporarily like this. So that means there'd be a gap here. But to finish this 3 clue, I need them either make a group of 1 here, which isn't clued, or to make a group of 2 here, which also isn't allowed because this row would be done. So this can't be filled in, this is filled in, and this 1 clue is done by the last term like this, and then the 4 extends out to here. The 3 can't reach this cell. The 6 is actually already done, so that must be where the 1 is. This is where the 1 is in this column. This column's done already, apparently. This is a 1, then a 2, so that group of 2 is done. The 1 for this 5, for this column, the 1 term was already done. This 1 can't float to the right of the 10 because, again, it's not a 2, 10, 1 clue. So we can't have a separated 1 term there. 10 must extend to here then. This 3 needs to extend to the left, so that's the 9 done. Looks like a dolphin. The 1 must be here. Oops. That 5 is already done. That's 4 is done. The 5 must extend to here. 3 can't reach here. The 2 finishes like this. That's a 1 vertically. So is that actually? So that's the 2. That's how that 2 continues. That's done. And that's the puzzle. I think it's a killer whale for the... I'm not good with pop references, but Free Willy, I think I've heard used before. Oh, this is a big puzzle. We might get to this next time. But I think this is my favorite ASMR puzzle game. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. But I'm going to call it there. That was quite a long puzzle. We just did the 5x5 to explain the rules. But this big puzzle is all I wanted to do today. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you're trying to sleep, I hope you have a good sleep. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.